Hello, friends, and welcome to Empower You Too with Natasha Paris. I am your host. There is nowhere I would rather be than right here, right now with you. This podcast is all about empowering you to become the best version of yourself while striving for success in all aspects of your life. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I'm extremely grateful. I'm excited to be on this journey with you because together we are empowered for greatness. You ready? Let's go. Hello, friends. Oh my goodness. I am so excited to come before you today with some amazing information that can potentially change your perspective and change the trajectory of your life. So welcome to Empower You Too podcast. I am your friend, Natasha Paris, and we are going to jump right into this because I'm excited about episode 3. And episode 3 is entitled, Choose Your Pain. Yes, I said it. Choose your pain. And of course, you're probably wondering, why am I saying choose your pain? Who likes pain? I know I don't. Right? We often run from pain. We often don't like how it makes us feel because we want to feel good all the time. Yes, I know I do. And I'm sure you do too. But life doesn't always bring us things that make us feel good, right? We don't know why it happens, but we know that we have to deal with it. And so why I chose that particular topic or that title, Choose Your Pain, because pain is inevitable. Oh my goodness, I'm going to speak about it. Pain is inevitable. No matter what you do, pain is inevitable. Now, one of the things that we deal with when it comes to pain is that we try to run away from it to such a degree that it causes us frustration. But if we turn around and look at the pain and say, okay, I know that you are here to come and I was expecting you. I know I was expecting you, but I know that you're not here for long. So come on in because pain is inevitable. I mean, honestly, right? There's a stigma attached with pain, right? Pain going through associated with divorce, pain associated with a breakup, pain associated with the loss of a loved one. And when I talk about inevitable, I mean that it is going to come whether we like it or not, just like death. Sorry to sound so depressing, but just like death, we know that we are only here temporarily. We don't know the day and the time. So we live our life, irregardless of when we're going to go. We're just going to live. And that's what I would hope that many of you are doing, if not all of us are doing. Okay. So when I talk about pain being inevitable, it is understanding, and we're going to go through that because we're going to talk about the benefits of pain. In addition to that, we're going to talk about what are we going to do when the pain comes, because it's going to come regardless of whether we want it to come or not. But before I jump into this information that can potentially change your perspective on how you see pain and how you receive it, I'm going to give you a metaphor. I love stories, right? And I love metaphors because it allows, especially in my Empower You Too school, as well as my private clients, it allows them to really understand the perspective and just the real bare minimum of what it is that I'm expressing and sharing. Okay, so take, for example, you went to your doctor's and you were going for your yearly checkup, and then your doctor comes back after having all the blood work done, and he says, or she says, you know what? There's something that needs to happen ASAP. And you're like, what? What's going on? Am I okay? And they say to you that you are going to be okay. However, there are things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to shift what you are doing currently. And it's said to you that you have to lose 25 to 30 pounds because you are borderline diabetic, as well as your blood pressure is very high. And we need to bring it down. Not high enough to send you to the hospital, but high enough for them to begin to monitor you. And so you're like, oh my goodness, right? I thought I was doing things okay. And so you leave the doctor's office really sullen and really concerned about your health. And you have a choice. Because, my friends, we all have choices. We all have choices. So when someone says, I don't have a choice in the matter, I say, oh, that's baloney. You always have a choice. So you have the choice of either losing the weight, or you have the choice of remaining the same and gaining more weight. So when I talk about choose your pain and that pain is inevitable, I mean that specifically in the area of losing weight. So you have a choice. And I love the whole idea and the metaphor of expressing when you go to the eye doctors, if you're like me, I've been wearing glasses since I was 11 years old. And those exams, right, where they bring the machine, don't ask me what it's called. They bring the machine close to your eyes, right? And they ask you to choose which lens you can see better in, right? And the reason why they do that is because they want to get the right prescription glasses or contacts that is better suited for you. In addition, you're able to see almost 20/20 vision with the glasses or the contacts. So they'll say to you, what do you see? Choose lens 1 or lens 2, okay? Choose lens 1 or choose lens 2, okay? And so this is where I'm going to go with this. So choose lens 1. Lens 1 is you do nothing, right? Because it's all about perspective and it's all about doing something differently, right? So lens 1 has pain and so does lens 2. And lens 2 is you do something about it. Right? So the overall concern is that you have to lose 25 to 30 pounds. Lens 1 says you don't do anything, and lens 2 says you do something. So what does the pain look like? Right? So I'm setting the stage for you to understand the principles behind this topic. And also I'm going to give you some tangible and practical information that you can do today. Not tomorrow, my friends, today. Okay, so lens 1 is you do nothing. So when we're talking about doing nothing, it is now you have to lose 25 to 30 pounds and you choose not to go to the gym. You're like, oh goodness, I don't want to wake up early to go to the gym, and I certainly do not want to go to the gym after work because by then I'm exhausted. So it's a pain, right, for you to get up in the morning to go to the gym, so you choose not to. But then when you're walking up the steps, a flight of steps, you're huffing and puffing. You're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to have a heart attack. Oh, this is too much. And you're like, wait a minute, it's just one flight of steps. And you have difficulty walking up the steps. So that's pain, right? In addition, you're like, oh my goodness, I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I love that bacon. I love it. I love it. And I love my chocolate cake and I love my ice cream and I'm going to have it. But you know what? I'm feeling really horrible because I've had it. That's painful. Then, because you have not worked out or done anything to change your diet, you look in the mirror and it's painful to see your gut hanging over your belt for you. And you feel super conscious about how you look and you're not fitting into your clothes the way that you would like. That's painful, my friends. That is truly painful. So on lens two, remember we said lens one is you choose not to do anything, and that's painful. And then lens two also has pain associated with it, just like the divorce, just like the heartbreak, right? Just like the things we don't like to experience, it is heartbreaking and it is extremely painful. So, lens two is you making a decision to lose the weight. Now, with losing weight, you decided that you're going to get up in the morning and go to the gym. That's painful because you are feeling so comfortable laying in your warm or cool bed, and it's so good, right? You don't want to get up. That's painful. And then you finally get dressed. That's painful because you're like, you're sluggish, you're not feeling up to it, but you get there. You get to the gym. And when you get there, you feel a level of embarrassment because you don't know where to start because you're a novice at it. You're like, should I go on the cardio machine? Should I get on the treadmill? Should I just go lifting weights? Everyone seems pretty confident about the things that they're doing in the gym, but you, yeah, not feeling very confident. That's painful. Now you've decided you are on the treadmill. So you start going, right? You're at 1 and then your incline is about 1.0, right? And then you start to increase your incline. You start to increase your speed to about maybe 3.5. And you're working and you're moving, but then you said, I think I got this. And you raised the incline to about 4. And then now you're at 4.4 in speed. You feel like you're about to pass out. You feel like you're about to throw up because it is so painful to continue this speed, this incline, especially it being your first day, my friends. That's painful. You get off the treadmill and then you begin to lift weights. Oh my goodness, your muscles are crying. This is painful. We can't do it, right? So you finally leave the gym and you go home. You want to have that bacon and those sausages and all of those things that your doctor said that you had to avoid. It's painful to not do the things that you like to do in that regard. And so you decide to have Cheerios. Oh my goodness, I love Cheerios, but for some people it's pretty bland and it's not very flavorful, right? That's painful for you. Yeah, it really is, my friends. It's painful for you. So my point is this. Lens one is you choose not to do anything. Lens two is you choose to do something. Both are painful. However, when we're looking at the pain, it is best to look at the results of the pain. So lens one is if you choose not to do anything, you will have diabetes and you will be subjected to take insulin every day. In addition to that, your self-esteem will continue to decrease. You will have difficulty going up and down the steps. And even possibly it can get so bad that you can have a massive heart attack because your pressure is so high, or a stroke. So yes, it's painful with lens one. However, in lens two, it was painful, but the results are different. Now you've lost not just 20 pounds, but 26 pounds, a pound more than what was suggested. You're feeling better about yourself. You're looking in the mirror and saying, ooh, you look good. Yes, my friends. In addition to that, you can climb a flight of steps without falling out, feeling like you're about to have a heart attack and have heart palpitations. So the results are different. Both of them had pain associated with that journey. And yes, I understand pain is not something that we want to feel. But what I am going to say to you is, which pain are you going to go for? Choose your pain. Why? Why, Natasha Paris, the empowerment strategist, therapist who have been working with people around the world? Why are you telling me to choose my pain? Because the benefits are different if you have a different perspective. Okay, my friends, let's jump really into this information so I can really assist you with the things that we don't like to experience. Dealing with emotional pain can be very difficult, but can also have many benefits in the long run. Here are some of the benefits of dealing with emotional pain. The first, increase self awareness. I'm going to say that again. One, increase self awareness. Dealing with emotional pain can help you become more self aware. Because what I know for sure is that our emotions and feelings give us indicators that something is going on the inside. So often, many of us have experienced levels of trauma, childhood trauma, adult trauma. And when I talk about trauma, I'm talking about trauma in the form of either being bullied or being told that you're not adequate, or just as simple as a heartbreak, right? Someone you love didn't love you back, right? It happens to all of us. I'm not going to make the blatant statement and say that everyone has experienced a level of trauma, but trauma can be very small or it can be as big as sexual abuse, physical or emotional abuse. But dealing with emotional pain can help you become more self aware. By acknowledging and understanding your emotions, you can become more in tune to your own needs and desires. What I've seen with many of my students and clients is that they fight against being aware of what is happening. You've heard that saying when it says that denial and accepting what is the biggest hurdle that you will have to face when you're looking and trying to heal. That's so true. Because if you are aware of what's happening to you and you say, yes, I'm acknowledging what's happened to me, I'm understanding that I have emotions associated with it, I can now move towards the journey of healing. Because as we spoke about in episode 1 and episode 2, this is just a bridge of continuation of what it is that I've been talking about. That joy is present for you, right? Joy is present for you. It is your season, but you first have to understand that pain is inevitable. And if you understand that pain is inevitable, it will, one, benefit, increase your self awareness. Okay, and allow you to be so in tune with your needs and desires because you will know this is not what I like. I like this instead. Number 2, it will assist you with improved relationships. When you're able to work through your emotional pain, you may find that your relationships with others improve. This is because you'll be more able to communicate your needs and feelings effectively. Because when you're in tune with your feelings, when you're in tune with what it is that you want, you are able to communicate it. And in some cases, some people still have difficulty with communication, and we'll get to that momentarily because it's part of growing, it's part of understanding who you are and what it is that you want. The third is, oh my goodness, I love this part of pain and the benefits of it. And again, I'm going to say pain can be in so many different forms. It can be a heartbreak. It can be a loss of a loved one. It can be, it could be a pain of just, not being accepted or not being appreciated by your boss or your supervisor. But what it does, the benefit, it offers greater resiliency. Oh my goodness, my friends, dealing with emotional pain requires resilience and courage. The more you practice resilience, the stronger you become. I said it in my live. I do a lot of lives on my social media platform. And if you're not following me, you should follow me, okay? Natasha Paris, the number 4, the letter U. Okay, that's on Instagram. That is on TikTok. That's my YouTube page. Follow me for lives I basically talk about this and I go into a little more detail with animation because I'm very animated. Okay, all right. So it offers resilience. It makes you stronger. It makes you the superhero when you put your fist on your hip and you're like da 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 da. I am the hero of my own story. That's a whole nother that's a whole nother episode. How to become the hero in your own story versus just the extra, okay? Becoming the main character in your story, okay? So it offers resiliency. It allows you to be strong. It allows you to get through it and then see that you're able to build deeper relationships with other people and, of course, with yourself, which leads to number 4. It increases your empathy. Going through emotional pain, can also make you more empathetic towards other people because you will then say to yourself, geez, I was there. I know what that feels like. And sister, my brother, I'm here for you. And I can really empathize with how you're feeling because I was there too, right? Fifth, greater sense of purpose when you are dealing with pain and going through that emotional heartbreak. You may find that you have a greater sense of purpose, my friends. You may feel like, okay, because I've been through this. And you know what? Truth be told, I've had my heart broken a few times and it does not feel good. I felt rejected. I felt not appreciated. But what I've come to realize, my friends, that it's given me this platform to talk to you because it allows me to stand on the podium and say, on my soapbox and say, look, I've been there too, but I've been able to get out. And so it allows me to have a greater sense of purpose to empower you because I was able to get out. I was able to get stronger. I was able to have more courage and able to have a level of resiliency that I can be the superhero in my own story. So let's jump into what are we talked about the benefits, right? We talked about how that supports you, right? But we also need to know how to move from emotional pain towards healing. I'm going to say that again. How to move from emotional pain into your healing phase. And that is big. And I'm going to give you some practical things that you can start today. The first is acknowledge and accept your emotions. Moving through an emotional pain can be very difficult, but what makes it a little more easier to digest, I would say a whole lot more, is acknowledging and accepting your emotions, saying that he hurt me, she hurt me, they did not appreciate me, and I feel sad because of it. Accept it. Don't try to fight it because what I have come to realize with many of my clients, their biggest frustrations and agitations come because they don't accept what is. They don't accept what is. They continue to fight against that tide, that wave. And what a wave does when you're going against it, it will knock you down. You've been at the beach, right? It's better to go in the flow of the wave. So in other words, be in flow of your emotions, accept it what it is. It is what it is, plain in black and white, period. It is what it is, and your job is to let it be. Just let it be. Second, practice self-care. Oh, we've talked about it in episode 1 and episode 2. Taking care of yourself is critical and crucial when you're dealing with emotional pain, my friends. Make sure you are sleeping through the night. And that's a whole episode about how to get a good night's rest. Because when you are obsessively thinking about things that have happened or did not happen, it impacts your ability to sleep. Exercising regularly, eating healthy, engaging in activities that bring you joy. You see how all of these episodes are all interconnected, that bring you joy. In the episode 1, I talked about how I love to dance. And when I feel frustrated, guess what I do? I get up and I dance to my favorite song, right? Or I dance to my favorite artist, and it really helps my mood. So self-care is so important. Meditation and prayer is so important as well, right? If you're not a person that prays, I'm telling you, being able to release it to a God that loves you is amazing. It is amazing. You should try it one day if you haven't. All right. Another is consider therapy. I can't stress this enough because as a licensed clinician, having a non judgmental person just actively listen to you without interfering and telling you what you should do or what you shouldn't do, just listening to you and just repeating back what you say to them, right? Because a good therapist, right? Because I've seen some not so good therapists, but a good therapist, what they do is they actually hold a mirror to you, hold a mirror to you. Just like Michael Jackson said, the man in the mirror. Take a good look at the man in the mirror. Okay. And so that's what a therapist does. So consider therapy. And my last point as it relates to how to move from emotional pain to healing is, which is what I've been talking about in all of my previous episodes, is forgive yourself and the people that have hurt you. Forgiving yourself and others who may have hurt you releases them and releases you. Learning to let go of what hurt you, because this life is not an easy thing to live. It is not easy. And there are things that have happened, things that people have done to us that requires forgiveness. And we have to let it go. So when we work towards forgiving ourselves and others, we move into a process of healing. Because remember, moving from emotional pain to healing is a process, and it may not happen overnight. So please, my friends, be patient with yourself and trust the process. Trust the process, because look, you are built for this. You are built to come out as pure gold. Okay, my friends, let's summarize. What we know for sure is that emotional pain is inevitable. It is very much like the change of the seasons. The change of the seasons, lightness and darkness is inevitable. Pain is inevitable. And I say, choose your pain. Be comfortable with emotional pain, even though it is difficult. And as I said before, is that there's so many benefits, and these benefits in the long run can help you become the best version of yourself. So what did I say? The benefits of dealing and accepting emotional pain is increased self-awareness. Dealing with the emotional pain can help you become more self-aware. Acknowledging it, understanding your emotions will help you be more in tune to your feelings, your needs, your desires. Second, it helps to improve your relationships. When you're able to go through emotional pain, you will find that your relationships are more improved, and also you're able to communicate your feelings and needs effectively. 3, The benefit of emotional pain is that it gives you greater resilience, my friends. Dealing with emotional pain requires resilience and courage. And over time, it will help you and better equip you to handle future challenges and setbacks. Because what we know is a setback is truly a comeback. Okay. Also, it increases, number four, your empathy. Going through an emotional pain allows you to be relatable. It allows you to delve in deeper within yourself and create stronger connections with other people. Five, greater sense of purpose. Yes, you will see that your emotional pain that you've endured, either through a breakup, a divorce, a loss of a family member, or just a situation at work, has caused you to see yourself as not just a person existing, but a person that is thriving and wanting more and willing to take others with them by using their own testimony. Now that you know the benefits of it, as I summarize, I want you to also know that there is a reason why you're going through it that we don't know, only you will know. But how do you move from emotional pain to healing? And I gave you some tips on how to do that. The first is acknowledge and accept your emotions. Okay, acknowledging it, oh my goodness, it really allows you to become the best version of yourself. And don't deny it, don't suppress it. Also, practice self care. Number two, I can't stress this enough. Being able to be in this place of emotional pain and moving towards healing allows you to practice self-care, and that is a big one. So I want you to sleep better. I want you to exercise regularly. I want you to begin to engage in activities that bring you joy, as we talked about in episode 1. Also, seek support and consider therapy. You know what I say as a licensed clinician for the past 24 years? God plus therapy is a beautiful combination. Seek therapy. Your therapist can help you, provide you with coping skills and help you get through that journey. This is why we do what we do, because in my Empower You To school, which is a great place to start, it gives you all of the skills and the techniques as well as the tools in order for you to move into your greatness. The last and final point as it relates to how to move from emotional pain into the journey of healing is forgiving yourself and forgiving others. You know what I said in the beginning and throughout the entire episode is you have to learn how to forgive yourself for things that you've done, people that you've interacted with, things that you may have said in order for you to forgive others. I cannot stress this enough. Forgiving is not an easy task, my friends. It really is not. It's a process. And I want you to understand that emotional pain can help you release the negative emotions and allow you to move on. Remember, forgiveness, again, is a process. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes intention. Understand it takes intentionality and purpose. So, with that said, I want you to stay excited about your journey because this is allowing you to become the best version of yourself. And I'm empowering you with the skills necessary for you to get from emotional pain to healing. And so, as we close this episode, I am going to give you an empowerment assignment, like a homework assignment, but an assignment that you can do today or in the next few days. And that assignment is I want you to do what? I want you to practice self-care. Practice self-care. So what does that look like? That looks like you deciding that today I'm going to take a bath and I'm just going to light the candles and I'm going to just meditate and just be present. Another self-care is get some sleep, okay? Get some sleep. You've been tossing and turning. You've been really focused on what you cannot change. I want you to know that. You cannot change circumstances. You cannot change people, but you can certainly change yourself and how you see things by changing the lenses. Lens one or lens two, okay? So I want you to get some sleep. And the third empowerment assignment is I want you to share this with at least 3 people who you truly believe can benefit from this information. You may or may not know that they're dealing with something because oftentimes people are dealing with emotional pain in silence. They're smiling, but they are crying on the inside. So be that olive branch and share this information because sharing is truly caring. The fourth and last empowerment assignment for this episode is if this information that I shared with you today resonated with you, I want you to give this a 5-star review and leave your feedback because your feedback matters. I want to hear from you. I want you to document your growth, your healing, and how this has impacted your life. Again, I am your girl, Natasha Paris, with Empower You 2, loving on you, being concerned about you, but also knowing that there is greatness inside of you. So let's go and let's become the best version of yourself. So be empowered for greatness, and I look forward to seeing you on the next episode. Bye. If you are loving this content and our time together as we become empowered for greatness and want to connect with me more, I would love for you to come and check out my Self-Empowerment Scholars. It is my monthly empowerment sessions where we take all of this valuable material, apply it, take it to the next level, and we study it in order for you to become the best version of yourself. Join me over at empoweryou2.com/join, or you can text the word empower to 571-464-6511. Text the word empower to 571-464-6511. There you will receive a text and you would automatically join our Empower You 2 community where you would receive weekly texts as well as information on our newsletters and also, of course, our Empower You 2 scholars. So I look forward to seeing you join our Self-Empowerment Scholars so you can become the best version of yourself. Be empowered for greatness. See you there.